Harry's Wife, Part 104.61, Body Language Cock-Up. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. There are many people that attempt to assess the body language of Harry's wife, and they get it wrong. They may well be extremely competent assessors of body language in relation to non-narcissists, but if they don't understand narcissism, then their attempts to explain the body language of a narcissist will fall on stony ground, because they won't understand about the absence of empathy. They won't understand about the rictus grin, the fixed narcissist stare, the emptiness on the inside, and most of all, they won't understand the selection of the outward appearance in accordance with the terms of the imitation game, my excellent video that explains how the narcissist mimics in order to demonstrate certain emotions that the narcissist does not have. Instead, what they end up doing is attempting to explain the body language of a narcissist through the lens of a non-narcissist, often getting it completely wrong. They should stick to the analyses of non-narcissists, which I'm sure they do very, very well indeed, utilizing their expertise in understanding that body language. But you need to understand narcissism and marry that with an understanding of body language. So, for example, certain analysis might be provided as to why Harry's wife uses the grip of doom in relation to Prince Harry. And I've seen elsewhere that it's often described as the fact that it shows her insecurity and that she's clinging on to him in order to feel reassured. It's not. Because if you understand narcissism, you'd understand that the reason that she does this is part of asserting control over him by physical means, by holding on to him, and also presenting a facade to the outside world of look, we're so in love, thus asserting control over those third parties. Instead, those who don't understand narcissism think that it demonstrates some form of insecurity, which may well be correct when you're analysing such behaviour in a non-narcissist, but it's a different kettle of fish altogether when it comes to interpreting the behaviours of a narcissist. And that's why I, as an unrivalled expert with regard to understanding narcissism and conveying it to you in terms that you're able to understand, explain the body language of the narcissist. I don't explain the body language of other non-narcissists. That's not my area of expertise. I leave that to the other experts. But what I do is explain through the prism of narcissism why the rictus grin appears, why the rapid blinking occurs, why the grip of doom happens, why the repeated touching of the hair, all of which you can be enlightened by in parts passim. And we have a further example here of a complete cock-up when it comes to the analysis of body language. It comes to us courtesy of Cheat Sheet and an article by Mandy Kerr, who, again, I believe is brother of Wayne, or rather sister of Wayne. And the title is, Harry's Wife's Facial Expression is Special in Midterms Voting Photo. Well, you'll have all seen the photograph, and you can see it in parts passim, where I asked, did she vote for herself? Harry's wife appeared in a photo promoting voting in midterm elections on the Archwell website. A body language expert says Harry's wife looked like any voter. First mistake there. However, Harry's wife's special facial expression made voting look like a thrilling experience. Harry's wife encouraged people to head to the polls on November the 8th, while a body language expert described the Duchess of Sussex as looking like any voter. Her special facial expression stood out. Ahead, an expert describes how Harry's wife made voting look thrilling. Harry's wife sported an I voted sticker in Archwell midterm elections post. In a November the 8th post on her and Prince Harry's Archwell website, Harry's wife smiled in a photo wearing an I voted sticker and an Archwell baseball cap. Today is election day in the US. Time to get out and vote. The post began in a reference to US midterm elections. Text Archwell to 26797 to find your polling location and make sure you are ready to vote. Here are some helpful reminders as you prepare to vote. The post continued with a bulleted list. And I've reported on that in parts passim, so I'm not going to repeat myself. Body language expert says Harry's wife looked like she'd come alive in midterms photo. Well, actually, in the photo. What you see there is the dead-eyed stare and the fixed grin once again. With her plain anorak, equally plain jumper, baseball cap and sticker, Harry's wife could be any voter celebrating having just cast their vote in the polls, body language expert Judy James told the United Kingdom's Express. Her facial expression is special here, though, she explained, noting how the 41-year-old looked like she'd come alive in the photo. Well, actually, if you understand about narcissism, you know that she doesn't come alive because this mid-range narcissist is dead behind what's going on. And in effect, the dead eyes can't be masked by her, and that fixed smug grin also makes an appearance. The mouth smile, she continues, is wide and symmetric, but it's her eye expression that really makes this pose come alive, James said. It's an expression of excitement and anticipation, as though she's expecting and looking forward to what she would see as a good result when the votes are counted. Actually, it's not. What you see on her face is the contemplation of the fuel that she receives having a photo taken. She's relishing the thought fuel, and it causes that fixed, smug grin to appear. Not only did Harry's wife's facial expression look to James like one of excitement and anticipation, the expert called it a contagious or shared expression of excitement too. Harry's wife is a keen campaigner of encouraging people to turn out to vote, she continued. She encouraged people to vote in the 2020 presidential election, in addition to discussing voting and politics on a number of occasions after moving to California. Returning to Harry's wife's expression in the voting photo, James said the mother of two's pose makes it look like a thrilling experience. She's got it wrong, and that's because she doesn't understand narcissism. Furthermore, it's comments like these, which when they're read by people that don't understand narcissism and what Harry's wife is, fall for it, and may well then think, yes, she comes alive, and she's just like us, and she's voting, and she thinks it's a thrilling experience, and look how good this is, as she's drawing other people in to want to vote. All hail St. Harry's wife. Those of you that are educated in narcissism through my work know full well what's going on, that she's just using this experience for her own ends, because any interaction or contemplated interaction with another human being is subject to the defining principles of the pursuit of the prime aims. Namely, she must control, draw fuel, gain character traits and residual benefits. She's not there dazzling because she's excited about people voting or her voting. What it is the manifestation of a smug smile as a consequence of the receipt of fuel from the person reacting to taking a photo, because that provides fuel, and the contemplation in her own mind of how everybody's going to see her. I look fantastic. I'm doing my bit here. I am an influencer, a mover, a shaker. And therefore, that is what you see. And this is another body language expert who's cocked it up and got it wrong again. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.